It feels strange to rank a game as fundamentally broken as Pokemon Violet. Yes, it works, but your immune system works when you sneeze, and that doesn't mean we should really be happy with it. In spite of how undeniably patched together the Pokemon world of Paldea is, I begrudgingly have to admit that I enjoyed myself. Because Pokemon was the first gaming franchise I became obsessed with at an early age, I think the core DNA of the series is just baked into my taste, and I'll always have at least some interest in what the Yellow Rodent and his army of friends are getting up to. But after Sword and Shield felt so bare bones, even in spite of having some redeeming qualities, I've become pretty jaded with the series and lost quite a lot of hope. So when Scarlet and Violet launched and I was seeing reports of how messy it was, I couldn't help but feel a little bit smug. But also constantly hearing people say it's actually fun once you play it, including from Jay who ended up lending me his copy, my morbid curiosity led me to try it out. While Scarlet and Violet aren't perfect by any means, you can't fault it for lack of content. Instead of just having a linear 8 gym battles and an Elite Four, there's instead a unique challenge for each of the 18 types in Pokemon, whether it's a gym battle, a team star opponent, or a giant Titan Pokemon. This means amidst your training for your team and exploring the undeniably horrendous looking world, you had plenty to work towards and challenge yourself with. It's a shame that these challenges don't scale with your progress, since it means you have to go in a pretty arbitrary set order, which the game doesn't make very clear at all, but in the big picture that's not too much of an issue. I'm not going to go too deep into the inner workings of the game, since I'll just be parroting other opinions about them, since there are so many out there. But what I want to emphasize is that even though the game was held together by superglue and prayers, the gameplay loop was enjoyable, and I think that counts for a lot. It's a shame that one of, if not the most profitable gaming franchises, doesn't put more of its money, resources, and most importantly time into the games that make its series so successful, and I hope the upcoming Pokemon Legends sequel is polished by the time it eventually arrives, but we'll have to wait and see if Pokemon eventually learns its ongoing multi-generational lesson.